Oh! Well, folks, we have made it back out onto the kayak again. Getting into this thing was a little difficult this time. Still not used to getting into the kayak off of a dock. I usually just wade right into the water with the thing, but that's hard to do in the canal. But today we're on the local portion of the Erie Canal that I fish weekly, and I have only launched my kayak here twice, and I did not do so great the first time. I will try to include what little action I had the first time I was here right now. Got one. Okay. All right, fish on the Wacky Rig to start things off. Oh man, that's big. Oh man. That was an 18-incher. Ah, got him. Guys, we needed that one real bad. We needed that one real bad after that loss earlier. But I'm hoping that we're going to do better today. I should say I'm hoping we're going to at least do that well, because it is later in the year. When I did that, it was earlier and there was more fish in here. I am shocked to see how many fish have still been in the canal, though. I have been catching fish regularly, almost daily, on this stretch of the Erie Canal, and it's been mostly largemouth. I haven't seen any smallmouth around, and I'm really hoping to find a few more out here today. If I can get a few good ones, I would be very happy with it, especially this late in the season. Now, coming towards the end of September, kind of fishing across the board, at least for me, for my style of fishing, usually starts to wind down a bit. But, or at least we're going to be transitioning to the carp season soon, right? I mean, that's what I usually focus on in October. But I want to start right there with that patch. That patch of grass kind of looks really nice. Do I throw the Wacky Rig immediately, or do I go right for a crankbait? I think I'm going to go for a crankbait, because why not? I caught a fish on a crankbait yesterday on this exact one, so I'm just going to leave it on there. If the wind stays like this, it's going to be a real nice day on the canal. I'm just going to have to expend energy in getting myself back to launch later, but I'm kind of just being pushed along right now. It's nice. I do think I want to put a worm under that tree, though. This first tree is about it. I'm crossing the point of completely new territory for me. Even though this is a stretch of the canal I've been fishing for, I guess, 8 years. All right, let's get the Wacky Rig out. If I put on a micro spinner today, I'm not quite sure what color I'm going to go with, because this time of the year, the canal is pretty crystal clear. It's as clear as it's going to get. And I don't think the Fire Tiger is the way to go. But I haven't had much luck on other colors, so I don't even know what to try. I've got a variety with me, so we might throw some of those a little later. Like I might be getting fish I was chucking against this shoreline under these trees right here. Some of those smaller largemouth we were getting over at Macedon. Oh. All right, not quite an edible fish, but we did it anyways. All right. All right. That's a little guy, but we got a fish to start things off. And once again, the Wacky Rig is doing the work. So, all right. This probably would have been a nice day to bring the smaller net. But I did bring some larger baits today, so I was, you know, hopeful I'm going to get something big. But this would have been the appropriate day for the small net, and it would have made netting that little fish a heck of a lot easier. Alright, I'm excited to fish this tree. I think I'm going to throw my crankbait at it a couple of times. At least get it over in the area. And we're going to skip a worm under it. I don't think it's quite as wide as I was hoping for, but it does look like it's going to be accessible. I don't think there's too many branches or anything like that. I think we're going to be just fine. No, he's in. Good fish. Good canal fish, guys. Yeah, decent largemouth. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping. All right, that's a decent bass. I'm saying maybe a 13, probably somewhere around a 13. It's not that long, but it's nice and healthy. They are starting to get bigger. They're gonna need that extra weight. Oh, I was wrong. That is, oh yeah, that's a 14 3/4. Nice. All right, gonna get this guy back in the water because we're dealing with the wind now. All right, buddy. Thanks for the fun. Well, whoever owns this, they got a really sweet little fishing setup over here. That would be awesome. Got something interesting coming up. I'm going to fish this tree on my right, but I do want to talk about this a little bit. This is a barrier that they put up in case they need to drain certain sections of the canal, but they want to keep other with some water in it. So they can lower those metal sheets there down into the water and segment it. So that's what that is. And I've never fished around one from a kayak before, so I'm excited to do that. I just heard a fish jump. Sure, fish jump somewhere. Oh! All right, okay. They're down there. Thank you. All right. Oh, no, you don't. Not that easily. You tried. We're getting you on the darn board. We're gonna get him in the net first and get him some water. There. He hit that so hard. I thought it was a bigger fish. Well, it's 14. That's a 14-inch bass. Not bad. Yeah, let's see if there's more of them down there. Okay. Wacky Rig still doing the work. No. That can't be 12. No, that's not 12. All right, buddy. Thanks for the fun. Now that fish fought like a son of a gun. I seriously thought I had like a 15-16-inch bass on there. That was a hard fighter. When he got up to the surface though, he totally gave up. Just pulled him across the surface right in. Oh goodness. That's what I thought. Something was playing with it. Started moving my way, but I didn't get him quick enough. I think he ended up spitting it out down there. I did feel something actually bite it, so I know I had something. All right, I think I'm actually going to take out the spinnerbait and do this stretch here all the way down until we get closer to a couple spots down there. It'll take me a while to get used to throwing it with this pole. I usually have my other Berkeley lightning rod, but I need to put new line on that pole. That 8-pound test, for whatever reason, past time or two I've been out, that 8-pound test has been breaking on me way too frequently. And the line's only a couple of months old. I think it's just because of how frequently I used it and how many snags I got. I probably put a lot of damage on it. I do wish I had my better reel. It is still a Shimano, but there is a huge difference between a Stratic and a Sienna. Huge difference. Oh. Okay, brush pile was hiding one. Small one, but a fish nonetheless. All right. Ay. All right, we let him go as quickly as we could because he got it right through the tongue. Ouch. I like that the wind is coming at me right now because that means that it's going to be a little bit easier to paddle back. It was at my back when I started today, so I hope it continues being like this. Well, this color crankbait ain't doing it so far, but I guess we haven't thrown it that much. I'm gonna probably switch it out when I'm on the opposite side heading back. I want to see what's up around this corner because I've never seen any of this in my entire life. I don't know what's around here. We got these little bass patrolling the shallows. I don't think this guy's gonna be interested. It's not a big fish, but you know, we're going for numbers, which is basically what I'm doing today. I'm trying for numbers. I like when the canal starts to look like this because you don't feel like you're on the Erie Canal anymore. Feels a lot more natural, not less man-made, you know what I mean? I might try and cover a little water. There's a spot that I don't know how far down it is, but it would be a really cool place to fish. I don't know how much of a paddle it's going to be, but I want to at least get around this bend here. Oh, fish had it. Fish had it. I was wondering why. Dang. That could have been a Rocky though. It wasn't a big hit. This is cool. I think this must be somebody's property. If it is, it's absolutely beautiful. They got a picnic table here. Wow, this is something. I think I'm going to get a pretty good idea how much further this area I'm hoping for is once I get down to this corner here. If it's much further than this, I don't have the time for it today. I'm going to need to do this probably, honestly, at this point next year when the days are a little bit longer and I can get out here for an 8-hour day. I had 6 hours to work with today, or a little bit more. So, you know, I can cover a decent amount of water. But it's the idea of covering a decent amount of water and then still being able to enjoy fishing, right? There's one really large building down here. I want to go get a look at this. This is worth the paddle. You know, I hope I catch a couple more fish, but honestly, we've done really good today. And, you know what? It is. Guys, this is the spot I've been wanting to fish for years. All right, that's cool. It is going to be worth this paddle. Well, I'm almost at my objective. I had to stop and take a look at these trees. Look at these guys. There's fish hiding under that tree. Do I fish it now? And then fish it a little bit on the way back? That's kind of too tantalizing not to just go and throw a Wacky Rig under it, huh? There's gotta be a fish over there. Oh man, I'm seeing a lot of downed limbs and everything. A lot of cover for fish in this spot I got coming up. I'm looking forward to this. Alright, we're gonna tell you guys, fish under that tree. Hey. I am actually going to measure that one because that one has a little bit of length on it. I don't think it's big enough. What? Look at that. 12 1/4. All right, we got fish number 3. Fish number 5 or 6, but fish number 3 on the board. All right, last cast here, and then I'm gonna go to the spot where I said I was gonna be fishing. But again, you know, I saw this and it was like I made that split-second decision. I got a fish out of it. If I had a lot of time, I would throw tons of baits here for hours, because this next spot coming up looks cool. However, I don't have that much time left in my day, so I gotta be picky. Oh, what the heck am I doing? I should be going big here. There's a lot of greenery around. There could be some huge fish hiding here. The water's fairly shallow under me right now. It's definitely 4 feet or less. But there's a lot of vegetation, and not like things that have a lot of things branching off them. It's more of just like clouds of vegetation, like algae and stuff. Oh no! That was small. Had to be small. Okay. All right. This isn't leaving my hand until I'm done with the area. I am curious about how this spot would be earlier in the year. Like right now, this is honestly ideal with how I'd want to fish it. We got all this vegetation and floating algae and stuff here. It's providing a lot of cover for the fish, and I would think a lot of the bigger ones would want to hang out here too. We don't need too big of a bass to bite this thing. We've caught, what, 3 13-inch bass on this thing this year? So they don't need to be huge to bite it. We've caught 2 over 14 today already, so the size of the fish we need is out there to bite a coal shad. They just got to be hungry enough. I want to get this corner fished. There's a little tiny inlet here that only goes in a little bit, but I want to throw a Wacky Rig in it. Seems like there is a lot of vegetation here though. Even like the bass jig I'm throwing to try and get to cut through the vegetation is just getting nailed. Guess I'll bring it in kind of fast. This is where some sort of a punching setup would have been nice. Alright, come on, Wacky Rig. Don't fail me now. I tried a couple bigger baits all around here. Might as well just throw the Wacky Rig for a bit. And by a bit, I mean a couple of minutes, because I got to turn around. If I want to do those docks, I got to get moving. Alright, that's pretty cool. This is our final turnaround point. I've blown past 2 of them already. But I had to have this little adventure. It was a good day for it. Like, I would probably throw under each and every one of these little trees. But I think we're going to have to be time conscious and only go for the bigger ones like that guy up there. Oh, that's why. I had a fish on. Okay. I kind of threw this at the tree, let it go, and then I was wondering why, it kept going underneath my boat and getting caught. I was like trying to get my line out, but it was because the fish ran and moved so quick. Just a little guy, geez. Okay, good call. Okay, that's gonna measure. It's gonna measure. It's not bad either. Okay. Good call. Saw this piece of wood here going by. I had to throw at it, and that's what we got. Okay, let's get moved back from said piece of wood so we don't get impaled on it. That wouldn't be good. That fish already got himself off from me. How considerate. That's a nice fish right there. When they take the time to get the hook out themselves, that's a very kind fish. Now he's gonna bite me and he's gonna splash me. Nice, huh? That's better. He's chunky. He's not a very long fish. I'm positive he's going to measure, but look at how fat this guy is. I think that's just touching 13 and a half. We're gonna call that 13 and a half. All right, 1 away from a limit, guys. We still might pull this off. Still might pull it off. The line, I watch what I'm doing when I'm throwing this thing like this to know if I should be really paying attention to it or if I got time to adjust and stuff. I'm watching the line on the water, not the rod tip, because it's slack, right? I'm watching the line and I'm seeing what the line is doing, seeing if it's starting to move at all to the left or right, or if it's just disappearing underwater faster than it should. Because I know about how fast I know about how fast this thing should sink. So if it seems to be going quicker than that, then I've got an inkling that there's a fish on, right? So that's about what I look for. I think I'm at another stage where I've got to put some more distance in. We may finish off that limit closer to launch or even beyond it. But yeah, I think I'm sadly having to sacrifice fishing this stretch, the open portion of this stretch. I was just gonna chuck spinner baits and crankbaits at the shoreline and, you know, drag it out into the deeper portions, but I think until I see the launch, I'm gonna have to just book it. Until I have the launch in sight, I'm gonna book it and see how long this is gonna take. But at any rate, hopefully I ended up finding maybe 1 or 2 spots along the way that I can throw something at. Buddy, you're too small. Buddy, don't. I really hope that came out on camera. That was the funniest thing I've seen all day. That was about a 3-inch bass chasing the 3-inch crankbait. He almost took a shot at it, but I don't think I would have wanted to have caught one like that. I don't want to. You don't want to hurt them when they're that size either. Actually, I'm at that tree again. That tree we caught the biggest fish of the day at. Because we are here, and it seems like the wind is a bit better at the moment, we're gonna go over here and put another Wacky Rig under this tree, because I kept having the feeling that it should have had at least one more fish under it. Alright, this will be the last thing from this stretch, because this tree gave us our nice fish. We got... No! No! I got too excited. I tried to bring him in along the top, which usually I can get him right in like that. Fish got off right there. It was definitely, I think, a 12-inch or two. Didn't get a good enough hook set. That was probably my fault to begin with. I didn't get enough good hook set. That's a bigger fish. Get in here. Okay, that's our limit fish. That's the limit fish. All right, nice little bass. 12.75. We got our limit fish, folks. We got our limit fish, and I'm gonna keep throwing under that tree just a little bit longer in case there's a whole school. Well, that is pretty exciting. I managed to pull off a limit on this section of the canal. I have not done that from a kayak ever, and I haven't done that from the shore in a very long time. So we still got a little bit of time left. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head down to a couple of my normal spots. I don't have a ton of time left, but I would have loved to have fished this entire stretch down, but you know, that's just blind casting, really. I like fishing the structure where I can, fishing different obstacles and things that the fish can hide behind and underneath. And I don't know, blind casting this late in the day, I think it would be a little bit of a waste of time. One for the road. All right. All right. All right. We're gonna want this one to go back and get bigger. Hopefully catch him next year. It'll be a foot long. We'll see if we can get a fish to interrupt us during the outro, but what the heck, might as well start it now. Oh, actually, you know what? It's interrupting me right now. I just had 2 bites. That was pretty instant. No, I think he left. At any rate, we had a heck of a day on the water, folks. I have not had that good of a day on the water, honestly, since I think June. We caught more fish from a kayak since June. That was our last really crazy day. We almost hit double digits today. I think we got 9. I'm pretty sure we ended up with 9 fish, including that really teeny tiny little one. But it was a bass, so I'm gonna include it in the total. Yeah, the Wacky Rig was doing the work today, so really there's not a bad time of the year to use that Wacky Rig. I wish I could have gotten some more time in with a bass jig, maybe down the center of the canal, because it's very possible that all the big ones were camping out down at the bottom of the center of the canal today. After the big trip we took down to that one wide water area, I just didn't feel like I had the time to test it anymore. But definitely something I'm going to look forward to trying in the future. We didn't get anything to bite on a crankbait today or a spinnerbait. I tried a chatterbait too a little earlier, and I didn't get any bites. I didn't throw it all that long. We did, however, manage 1 bite on the cull shad. Didn't get the fish to really connect with it, but at least it got bit. So, I don't know, it was pretty one-sided today for what the fish were going for, at least for what I was doing. But it was a heck of a day on the water. I can't complain no matter what. This was just a fantastic day on the water. I'm hoping I'm going to get back out once more before the end of the season. That's my goal. Realistically, if I can get out one more time before the end of the season, that's going to be what I'm going for. But at any rate, I want to thank you all for watching. I really appreciate the support. I hope you all take care. We'll see you in the next one.